Hello everyone, this is Anna and welcome to my presentation. Before I begin, let me give you a brief overview of my lesson. So I designed this lesson for level 5 CLB students. My teaching point is scanning for information and the main theme is volunteering in Canada. And there are two main reasons why I decided on this particular topic. The first one is that a lot of newcomers, as I know from my personal experience, they don't know that volunteering is an essential part of Canadian culture. So through this lesson, I want them to learn something more about it and maybe encourage them to become volunteers themselves, and this way they can improve their language and social skills. The second reason is that many newcomers, they don't have any Canadian professional experience when they come to Canada, and they should know that becoming a volunteer is a great way to get it. So looking for volunteer positions and applying for them, it's very similar to applying for a regular job. So the vocabulary I'm going to introduce and review can be also useful in a regular job search process. So this way, I think this lesson can be a great introduction to a series of lessons about how to get a job in Canada. When it comes to prior learning, students are already aware what scanning for information is. They have done it before, but this time I want them to recycle new vocabulary, review some vocabulary they know as well, and also I want them to concentrate on the most essential things in a volunteer position offers. Okay, so I think that's it, and so let's begin. Hello everyone, how are you doing this morning? Oh, that's great, because today we are going to talk about something very interesting and very useful at the same time. So first, let's talk about our dream jobs. I'm sure that everyone has their favorite things they would like to do as a profession, right? So, for example, I'm the lucky one because I love teaching English and I am very happy to work at school. But if I could choose something else to do, if I could decide on something else, then I would definitely work at animal shelter. Why? Because I love animals and I love helping them. So I'm very curious about you. What kind of activities you would like to do as a professional? What is the job you dream about? So now I want you to think about it. I want you to think about the jobs, places you would like to work for, and the reasons, okay? So you are going to work with your partner. You will have 3 minutes to have your ideas, and after 3 minutes we will start our discussion. You can note everything down if you want, of course. Okay, let's start. I'm sure you will have a lot of interesting things to do. So, who wants to start with your ideas? Okay. Oh, that's interesting. You would like to be a gardener and work in a garden? Why? Oh, you like planting flowers and making pickles. That's very interesting. Who else? Oh, you would like to become a nurse. That's an awesome idea. Why? Because of helping people. Yeah. Anyone else wants to share? A library. Oh, that would be my dream job too, I have to say. I love reading books and talking about stories. Museum. Because you like quiet places and talking about history. Okay, and tell me, do you think that you will be able to get some jobs in the future? Well, who knows, right? But do you know you can still do your favorite activities as such and help others at the same time? I'm sure what kind of work, I'm sure that you know the word that describes this kind of work. Can you tell me what exactly I'm talking about? What kind of work I'm talking about? Well, let me help you. It is unpaid. It is not full-time. You can help your community. You can help others. Yes, I'm talking about being a volunteer. Being a volunteer. But before we start talking about it, let me show you a short video about volunteers in Toronto. I hope it will help you learn something more about it, okay? So, after watching this video, what do you think who volunteer is? Who is that person? Yes, it is someone who does something to others willingly and without being paid. And who can become a volunteer? Yes, you are absolutely right. Everyone can contribute to society. And what is your impression? Is volunteering important in this country, in Canada? Yes, it is very important in Canada, and a lot of Canadians volunteer. But you have to know about something very interesting here and very useful. By becoming a volunteer, you can get Canadian professional experience that is required by some employers while looking for regular job. How great is that, huh? That's why today we are going to talk about volunteering opportunities, okay, and how to apply for them. So I have prepared a list of several positions that you might be interested in, but before we start working on that, I'm going to give you one sample position. It's a much shorter text, but it will help you to understand the structure. So, can you tell me what kind of offer it is and what position is it for? Yes, it's an offer for a muffin baker. You are completely right. And which organization offers this job? And what do you think? What is the application process? How you can apply for this particular position? And do you think, is it important to have any past experience, any previous experience from the previous jobs that you used to do? And what about your commitment? What about your commitment? For how long you have to commit? And what are you going to do at this particular work? Yes, your duties will be baking muffins, cakes, and cleaning up, right? And what do you have to do to get this particular offer, to get this particular position? What is the requirement? What is the requirement for the age? Do you need any references? Okay, so now we've revised all necessary vocabulary. And so we can have a look at 5 different volunteer positions. Okay? In this table, you will find the positions for the muffin baker that we know already, pet care assistant, bingo caller, food preparation assistant, and hand hygiene volunteer. After I hand out these texts to you, you will have only 3 minutes to get familiar with it. And then we are going to do our exercise. So here are your handouts. All right, are you ready? Great. So our main task today will be to scan for information. You know very well how to scan for information, don't you? Can anyone remind me how to do it? Yes? Okay. So you are completely right. When we scan for information, we look only for specific details in the text, such as numbers, names, or other information that we are interested in. All right? So is everything clear? Any questions? No? All right, so let's move on. So we are going to have a contest. You are going to split into 2 groups, and then I'm going to ask you some questions. And whoever knows the answer, that's very important. You have to know the answer. Just raise your hand. And if the answer is correct, you score a point for your group, okay? I'm very, very curious which group is going to win. Okay, so here's my first question. How can you apply for bingo caller position? And the second question is, which position has flexible schedule? Okay, and overall, these will be 7 different questions. And this is how this core activity is going to look like. The rest of the lesson is going to be as scheduled, and thank you for watching. I'm looking forward to your feedback. Thank you again. Bye.